The Trumpet Daily Update from Jerusalem.
Hello again, this is Stephen Flurry reporting from Jerusalem. Yesterday, a second terrorist attack on Egyptian forces in the Sinai wounded a soldier and 3 policemen as violence in the region continues to spiral out of control. Following on the heels of a terrorist attack earlier this month, Egypt has responded by flooding the peninsula with more troops. Now, the big story here, from a prophetic standpoint, is the movement of Egyptian troops. Under the 1978 Camp David Accords, Israel agreed to withdraw troops from the Sinai in exchange for a peaceful relationship with Egypt. The agreement also limited the number of Egyptian troops in the region. But with the recent terrorist attacks in the Sinai Peninsula, Egyptian President Mohamed Morsi has used the instability as an excuse to increase Egypt's military presence in the region. Now, only a few commentators are aware of the hidden agenda at work here. Besides sending in troops, Morsi also stated recently that he's considering a revision to the Camp David Accords in order to accommodate the heightened security levels. Arutz Sheva reported yesterday, many Israel government officials are concerned that Egypt may be exploiting the anarchy in the Sinai to convince Israel and the United States it must maintain an armed presence with weapons and manpower beyond the limits stated in the treaty. In a recent Trumpet article, columnist Brad McDonald admonished our readers to closely watch these developments. The Muslim Brotherhood is openly hostile toward Egypt's peace treaty with Israel and no doubt has a strategy for destroying it, he wrote. Moreover, as radical Islam's presence increases in Egypt, and especially in the Sinai, it's possible Morsi and the Brotherhood might exploit it as a ruse to militarize and establish full sovereignty over the Sinai. The groundwork is already being laid for this prophesied event. First, we have the influx of troops and weaponry. Next will come the necessary revision of the Camp David Accords, and it will end in the complete occupation of the Sinai Peninsula by a radical Islamist government that is already cozying up to the prophesied King of the South, which is headquartered in Tehran. Israel's enemies, in other words, are gaining ground and fast. And it doesn't seem to bother Israel's traditional ally in Washington. As Carolyn Glick commented in the Jerusalem Post, the U.S.'s astounding sanguinity in the face of Morsi's completion of the Islamization of Egypt is an illustration of everything that is wrong and dangerous about U.S. Middle East policy today. As Glick has noted previously, this misguided policy is actually helping the enemies of Israel. According to the New York Times, the United States is currently working with Morsi's government to beef up security in the Sinai. America, it seems, is oblivious to the dangers of exposing Israel's southern border to an increasingly hostile Islamic regime. As Glick laments, Obama administration officials have behaved as though nothing has happened, or even as though Morsi's moves are positive developments. With weakening allies and increasingly aggressive neighbors, Israel is finding itself more and more isolated in the Middle East, and all of this is setting the stage for numerous Bible prophecies to be fulfilled in our day. For more information on this subject, read Brad McDonald's recent column at thetrumpet.com, Morsi Sheds His Moderate Cloak. This is Stephen Flurry reporting from Jerusalem.